Hey guys, so today we are going to be breaking down Ultra Beast Gohan, the final character coming to the game for Legends Fest 2024. So the only thing that I know going into this video is that he is yellow, which I am a bit confused about. I was thinking this guy was definitely going to be either purple, whatever we were going to get in part 3 was either going to be purple or blue. Yellow is a little bit puzzling to me. We have a lot of very strong yellow characters in the game. They really don't like Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, right? Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta dropped, he was insane. Then we got Tree of Might Goku, who was like a decent counter to him. He wasn't like shutting him down completely. Then we got Majin Vegeta, who essentially shuts him down completely. And now I imagine, so it's like Tree of Might Goku kind of like, was like digging his grave a little bit. Majin Vegeta just like kicks Gogeta into his grave, and then Beast Gohan is coming in and like filling the hole with dirt. That's essentially what's going on here. Like, why do they hate Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta so much? Like, they're just like pile driving him into the dirt with this. We'll see. Maybe they want you to run this guy. Maybe this might be just because they release so many greens in the celebration, and yellow pairs up well with green, so they kind of want you to run this guy with maybe Vegeta or whatever. So we'll see. I will just forewarn you guys, this game has a very strong bias towards Gohan characters, and we've gotten a lot of Gohan characters this year. We got Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, we got the purple Buu Saga Ultimate Gohan. Now we're getting this guy. This game has a very strong bias towards Gohans. I think this guy's going to be number 1, and he's probably going to be number 1 by quite a bit, is what my prediction is going to be. So let's go in and see what exactly this character is doing here. So let's just start with the yellow text. I like reading the yellow text because it gives us a bit of an insight into what their thought process was behind the design. Overwhelm opponents with super high-powered single blows. Ultra Sun Gohan Beast joins the fight. This is good to me. Too much of the game right now is centered around characters comboing for like literally 80 counts straight. So the fact that this guy is not sounds like he's not going to be relying on combos, but it's more so just going to be him coming in and doing one insanely strong attack. That to me sounds better for the overall state of the game. We'll see. I don't know yet. All right. Strengths. Number 1 is fire special beam cannon with the new active gauge. Yeah, so if you guys, I mean, we should probably just show this so you guys understand what we're even talking about here. They did show some gameplay, so let's go ahead and just show this real quick. He actually has a gauge on the bottom right part of the screen. It is technically the same spot as, I'm not even going to show it here. Let me rewind a little bit. Yeah, so over here, that bottom right, that is where the synchro gauge was when we got the 6th anniversary fusing Super Vegito and Super Saiyan fusing Super Vegito and Blue Gogeta during the 6th anniversary. That exact spot on the health bar on the right side is where the synchro gauge was. So I guess they're going to be using that spot as sort of like a wild card spot for new mechanics. I'm not exactly sure what this is yet, but they're calling it the active gauge. So this is technically a new mechanic, but it's, to me, I'm going to just view this as essentially just a repurposed synchro gauge, I think, is what it essentially looks like here. So the active gauge will charge whether you're on or off the battlefield. Okay. When it's full, use it to activate a devastating special beam cannon, nullify own unfavorable element factors, and nullify enemy endurance effects. The enemy can't avoid it with a cover change or a vanishing step. So use special beam cannon to finish them off. Well, that sounds very broken. All right. Number 2, activate an auto. Oh, it's an auto counter. I was thinking it was a green card counter, but it is an auto counter with the unique gauge. If your unique gauge is at 30% or more and you fulfill certain other conditions, Gohan will activate an auto counter against enemy forward charging ultimate and awakened arts. Or rising rush. I just like, okay, I had to do a double take there. Let me read that sentence again. Gohan will activate an auto counter against enemy forward charging ultimate and awakened arts or rising rush. You'll even deal massive damage to the enemy. So just based off of that wording, it sounds like it's almost similar to like Red UI Goku's counters. Isn't that what it sounds like? It's basically what it is, right? Against ultimates and Rising Rush. Okay. Okay, dude. Special move arts that deal big damage. Drawing special move arts will boost the damage of special move arts. And when you use them, you can get up to 2 permanent boosts to special move arts damage inflicted. Okay. Ultimate arts that deals damage to all enemies. Like Ultra Majin Vegeta, this character has an ultimate arts that will deal half of the damage inflicted to enemy members on standby. You know why that's already insane? It's because he has this. So you just ult, AoE down the entire enemy team, and then you just hit him with this. Using the main ability will nullify your unfavorable element factors too. Okay, why not? On hit, the health restoration of all enemies will be reduced by 50%. So your opponent won't be able to effectively recover. Yes, then you just combo it into this thing. Go on the offense with Ultra Sun Gohan Beast and never stop. Yeah, okay. So the reason I pulled this up is because I just wanted to make sure I knew what typing he was. Or I guess classification. Let's forward a little bit here. He's melee type, I believe, is what it said. Yeah, melee type. All right, so the Z ability looks like 5% to ultimate and awaken damage inflicted by hybrids and 42% to tag hybrid Saiyans or Sagos from the movies strike and blast attack. So no Sun family, huh? Interesting. Okay. Because I thought that they would have been focusing on Sun family, considering that they gave us literally a Sun family exclusive part 2. He has hybrid Saiyan ultra ability. All right, I mean, I guess is this really why is this really why they gave us the Zenkai for Green Trunks? I still don't get it, man. Why did that Green Trunks get a Zenkai? Strike arts have armor, so charge in without fear of enemy blast arts. You'll get a buff that reduces the enemy's sustained damage cut effects. Okay. This is really strong. So blast armor, and then he's stacking sustained damage cut effects. Minus 10% enemy sustained damage cut effects to self for 10 counts. That's really strong. If you guys have used or played the game for any amount of time, this is very noticeable. That's really, really strong. I mean, they've kind of shied away from giving characters like huge sustained damage cut penetration abilities. This is a bit unusual, I would say, even for Gohan. And then Blast gives 10 key on activation. Why not? Sure, whatever. The blue card, get up to 2 permanent buffs to special move damage inflicted by activating special move arts. If you land one, you'll reduce the enemy's key by 100. Okay. Massive impact damage, applies the following effects self upon activation. 15% to special move damage inflicted. Yes, that is a permanent buff. Activates twice. So you can get up to 30% blue card damage if you use this twice, and then you get a Dragon Ball the first time. Why? Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, why do they just give like abilities like this? Like, what? Why? Why does he have this? I don't know. And then on hit, he's shortening ally sub count by 3 and then reducing enemy key by 100. Again, okay. Just why not? Sure. The green. So the green, yeah, the green is a melee green. Nullify enemy cover changes when you land a special arts. Plus you'll draw a special move arts, so combo into special move arts from your special arts. 15% HP and 50 key upon activation. Following effects occur on hit. Draws a blue card. Activates 3 times. So that's it? Just 3? They could have done like 8 or something? Okay. Randomly draws 1 new card when you have 3 or fewer cards. Gets cover null for 10 counts. And then inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade plus 30% to damage received for 10 timer counts. And then it is comboable. This is good. Just because it gives you a free blue, right? So it's giving you a blue and it's giving you another card. It's giving you 2 cards. So even if you don't want to use the blue with this character, you can draw a blue and then use the blue with somebody else if you want to as well. Like if you're running this guy with Majin Vegeta, I'm assuming like mono yellow or like yellow yellow green or yellow yellow blue is probably going to be a thing here. Like you use the green with Gohan, you draw the blue, and then you give the blue to Majin Vegeta, who will then draw another green. Essentially, you could do that, right? Remember, Majin Vegeta draws a green when he uses a blue if he has a full unique gauge. All right, then the ultimate. Reduce all enemies' health restoration by 50% on hit, plus half the damage inflicted will be dealt to enemy members on standby. Supreme damage, 40% ultimate damage inflicted for 3 counts. Nullifies enemies, restore health when it reaches 0 effect when this character attacks for 3 counts. Following effects occur on hit. Half the damage inflicted will also be dealt to enemy members on standby, and then inflicts all enemies with 50% to minus 50% health restoration. Nullifies blast art. So this is better than blast armor because you don't even get affected by the damage that you would have taken. You just ignore the blast cards. All right, let's take a look at his main ability here. All right, sorry, I had to upload the reaction video. All right, main ability, nullifies unfavorable element factors and card destruction effects. Combine this ability with the ultimate arts that deals damage to enemies and get your opponent on the ropes. Draws the ultimate arts card Violent Destruction, Violet Destruction Kamehameha next. Restores health by 30% and ki by 50. 30%, okay. And then he, type neutral for 5 counts and nullifies enemies, destroy card effects to self for 5 counts. So you can weave in like a strike card or 2 before using the ultimate. There are a lot of characters in the game now, though, that remove buff effects when you use an ultimate. So him not having uncancelability on this means that there's a high chance he's going to be like fighting someone who has some buff canceling ability. So that's just something to keep in mind with that. All right, unique ability number 1, get up to just 290% damage inflicted. When this character enters the battlefield, you'll also reduce the art's power of all enemies' special move arts, so you'll have great defenses against those arts. Using strike and blast arts will slowly build up your damage inflicted and can even nullify enemy special cover changes and card destruction effects. Just go on the offense. Okay. Yeah, just go on the offense. Just who cares? When this character's health reaches 50% or below, you'll destroy all of your enemies' cards and reduce their ki by 100, putting a stop to their combo. Okay, so he just has like one of the best disrupts in the game. Remember in the 6th anniversary when it took 2 characters combined to have this disrupt? Remember the Vegito and Gogeta in part 1? Vegito has the card destruction, Gogeta has the ki reduction. Well, now they just combine it into one character. Okay, sure, sounds good. All right, so 200%. You know what I should do? I should pull up Majin Vegeta, just so we have a comparison to the most recent Ultra character. He also has 200% damage. 200% damage, reduce damage received by 70%, reduce the impact and pierce damage by 15. Yeah, they've been doing that recently. Huh? I don't think even... Does Majin Vegeta have that? No, Majin Vegeta's is just 10. I think, like, Daima Goku has 15. Yeah, this is... Okay. 50% ki recovery, card draw speed, and then -5 to strike and blast arts costs. Following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield, draws a card, move through fewer cards, stores health by 15% and ki by 30. Damn, 15% health when he enters the battlefield. That's Gotenks. Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks has that. That's a really strong ability. You really do feel the heal from that a lot. 90% damage. Okay, yeah, so he just gets 200% start of battle, and then just 90% here. Nullifies own unfavorable element factors for damage sustained for 10 counts. Okay, so he's typed neutral defensively. Nullifies own attribute downgrades normal conditions for 10 counts, activates 3 times. Destroys all of your enemy's special move cards. So that could be good against like Daima Goku, potentially. Inflicts all enemies with -40% of special move arts power for 10 counts. Yeah, so here's the thing. I was thinking that maybe this guy, because just based off what we're reading so far, it doesn't sound like this guy has any way to, because it sounds like his counter gauge is only against ultimates and Rising Rush, but not against blue cards. So I was thinking, okay, this guy's yellow. Maybe Daima Goku could like snipe this guy with a blue card, but not if he's destroying blue cards, not if he's type neutral, and not if he's lowering blue card power by 40%. So there goes that strategy. I don't think Daima Goku is sniping this guy. Applies the following effects to self every time this character uses a strike or a blast arts card. Randomly draws 1 new card, move through. Oh, really? So he draws a card on entry. And then he's drawing a card when he uses a card. So he's just drawing 2 cards on entry, essentially. Activation count resets after character switch. That's similar to Super Saiyan 3 Goku. When you're transformed with Super Saiyan 3 Goku, he does that too. He draws a card entry, then he draws a card when he uses a card twice. Restores unique gauge by 20%. Okay. 20% damage for 10k. He's stacking that much damage every time he uses a card. Applies buff effect cover null for 10 counts. Activates once. And then destroy card effects for 5 counts. Jesus. So he's getting like 500 zillion cards. He has cover null, destroy card. He's are they sure? Are they sure when they said this? They said this. Like, are we sure he's not going to be able to combo? Like, it sounds pretty comboable to me. Dude, how long is this? Okay. Applies falling effects itself when this character draws a special move arts card, restores key by 30. 30% of special move damage for 5 counts. I could already see people doing like this guy plus like LF first form Frieza just to get 500 blues and like blue Goku Black or something to fill your deck with blue, because this is stackable. You just draw like 500 blues in a row and then you just get like 1,000,000,000% special move damage. So just for him drawing a blue, he's getting 30 key. And then he's also getting destroy card nullification for 5 counts as well. Can special downgrades too. Yeah. The reason why this is good is because if you're fighting an enemy Beast Gohan who's doing this, you're actually going to nullify this if you just draw a blue card. Okay. The following effects occur every time when hit with an enemy's arts attack while this character's in the battlefield. Oh, he has this? Okay, this is like this is like one of the premium defensive abilities right now. Shortens allies sub count by 2, activates twice. This is insane. Okay, this is ridiculous. This is going to be something that people really overlook. This is insane. Wow. That is crazy. Because you just cover change with this guy. Okay. Seems pretty good. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade plus 10 to all arts costs for 5 counts. That's also really annoying. This is ridiculous. Falling effects occur if own remaining health is 50% or below. Restores on health by 40%. Reduce key by 100. Destroys all of your enemies' cards. Seals enemies' green cards for 10 counts. I mean, to be fair, they can just switch, but this is a really strong disrupt. This is like Evil Boo on crack is what this disrupt is. Okay, this is one, just guys, this is one unique ability. This is one unique ability. This. You think Dokkan has long passives? This is ridiculous. Like, at some point, we're gonna need to do something about the length of these unique abilities. All right, unique ability 2, special cover change against strike arts. Yeah, we saw that in the animations. This character has an auto counter against enemy forward charging ultimate and awakened arts or rising rush. Yeah, that's insane. But it doesn't just stop the attack. Your unfavorable element factors will be nullified and you'll deal massive damage. Yeah, that does sound a lot like Red UI Goku's counters. The fact that you go type neutral, like, did they really need to do that? That sounds like a little bit overkill. Gohan's biggest feature is the new active gauge mechanic. Fill it up and then use it to unleash a special beam cannon that targets the entire battlefield. When you use this attack, you'll nullify own unfavorable element factors and even endurance effects. To top it off, your opponent won't be able to evade it with a vanishing step or by changing cover. Special beam cannon is sure to finish the fight. 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 So it's literally just... You just click the button and that's it. Just click the button and the fight's over. Yep. That's the mechanic. Knocks enemy back to the long range of a cover change performed against their strike arts. Comboable with the blue, of course. While this character is in one of the following states, if own unique gauge is at 30% or more, consumes entire unique gauge to auto counter enemy forward charging ultimate and awakened arts or rising rush. So it's only against ultimates and rising rushes. No one, like, awakened is not a thing. I mean, unless you're tag selling Frieza, that's not a thing. I don't know how common that's going to be. Like, your opponent is just... I'm trying to think about this. I think the value from this is not so much the actual counter itself. I think it's the fact that it's going to deter the opponent from using ultimates. It's kind of like the entire cover change mechanic right now. How often in a fight, how often do you actually see special cover changes happen? Almost never, because like every character has cover null. But you have to play around special cover changes because they exist. Now, people are going to have to play around this gauge by not using ultimates because the gauge exists. That, I think, is the true power of this mechanic. It's not the fact that he's going to counter. It's only once, it says. So, I don't know. Is it worth it to just get rid of the gauge? Like, are you just going to throw an ultimate at this? Are you just going to throw an ultimate at this to get rid of it? Keep in mind, Daima Goku's ultimate actually won't get countered because it's not a forward charging ultimate. That is something important to remember on this. Slide moving or standing still, sidestepping to the left or right, receiving an attack. Yeah, so this is the same. It activates the same as Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's unique gauge and Majin Vegeta's unique gauge. Own unique gauge will disappear after auto counter activates once. Yeah, I mean, this is essentially... This is Goku and Frieza's ability, right? Against Rising Rushes. The only thing that's different is, again, the enemy can intentionally use an ultimate to get rid of the gauge first. I mean, as the Gohan player, you don't need to eat... Like, as the Gohan player, you can decide when to use the gauge most times, right? I guess a funny interaction would be Majin Vegeta locking Gohan in just to get rid of the gauge. I don't think it's probably worth doing that, but that's an option, right? So, like, you want to just free up your ability to rush this guy, right? You can't rush him as long as he has the gauge. He's unrushable, right? Because no matter what, essentially the way this works is you rush this character at any point and his gauge acts like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's gauge against the rush. That is insane. And it's going to counter and do damage to you. All right. This is not something I can really accurately judge right now, but this seems pretty ridiculous to me. I guess the one thing to note about this is Vegito Blue can rush this guy, right? Vegito Blue with his gauge can rush, but then you would just switch, right? You would just switch into a character that has endurance. Yeah. So like, as the Gohan player, if the opponent wants to just use an ultimate to get rid of your gauge, you can just decide to switch and not have your gauge get consumed by that. This is ridiculous. Oh my god. All right. Jesus Christ. Applies the following effects to auto counter. Applies the following effects when auto counter activates and deals massive impact damage. Randomly draws at most 4 new cards. Restores own key by 50. Type neutral for 5 counts. Destroys all of your enemy's cards. Okay, why? Like, what? Is there a reason why you get a full hand? Like, you're not comboing off of it. Very slowly charges own active gauge over time while this character is in the battlefield or on standby. Very slowly. Have we ever seen that? Is that like hit? Ultra hit? Who has like the slowest unique gauge? It's probably ultra hit, right? Ultra hit's probably got the slowest unique gauge, unless I'm forgetting something obvious. His is gradually. Very slowly? Janemba? I think Janemba's is gradually as well. Yeah, gradually. Very slowly. I don't think anybody has that besides Kid Buu. I don't think so. Yeah, no. Charges. Yeah, I don't think anybody has very slowly. Am I just forgetting something like super obvious? Very slowly? That might be a new one. I'm just quickly going through the list of characters here. No. this guy feels like very slowly. Yeah, I don't think that exists right now, actually. Okay. So I don't know how long, I don't know how long that's going to take. They're obviously very scared of this ability. Very slowly, over time, while this character is on the battlefield or on standby, activates a special beam cannon that targets the entire battlefield by tapping the active gauge when full. Applies the following effects to self upon special beam cannon activation. Nullifies unfavorable element factors for 5 counts. Nullifies enemies, restores health when it reaches 0 effects when this character attacks for 3 counts. Cancels attribute downgrades in normal conditions. This attack... This is ridiculous. This attack cannot be evaded with a vanishing step. This attack cannot be cover changed against. Resets own active gauge to 0 of special beam. How do you miss with this? If it misses. How do you miss? How would it miss? You can't vanish it. You can't cover change it. Is it possible that, like, you could get quick attacked out of it or something? I don't know. That seems a little weird that you would even be able to miss. I don't know what the animation looks like. Is it instant? Because if it's instant, then there would be no way for you to miss, right? You know what this is? You know what this is? It's this. Right? It's the same thing. Targets the entire battlefield. It's the same exact mechanic. This is the same thing as preparation mode. The Gamma's mechanic, Goku and Vegeta's mechanic. It's the same exact thing. It's just you choose when to activate it. That's a little insane. That's a little good. Okay, that's a little good. It also does pierce damage, which is worthy of noting, because some characters don't have extra damage reduction versus pierce damage, right? So if you scroll all the way back up, like, what does Majin Vegeta have extra damage reduction against? Impact and explode damage. So Majin Vegeta doesn't have extra damage reduction against pierce damage. Who else? I don't know. We could take a look at, like, Daima Goku, this guy, Vegito. So let's see what these guys have. So Daima Goku, I can just type, like, reduce damage. Reduce, I guess. Reduce impact damage received. So Daima Goku doesn't have extra damage reduction against pierce damage. Super Saiyan 2 Goku, what does he have? Impact, explode, and slice damage. Not pierce damage. What about Vegito? Damage received by 70. He doesn't have anything else. Really? Huh. I didn't realize that. Okay. But yeah, so none of these characters have extra damage reduction against pierce damage. So that is important to remember here. Charges on unique gauge by 5% every time an ally is hit with an enemy's arts attack. Activates 10 times. And then he's also getting unique gauge from him using cards, right? Where is it? Restores unique gauge by 20% every time this character uses a Striker or Blast Arts card. What does he even use the unique gauge for? I don't even, I'll check that in a second. Following effects occur when an enemy activates an Ultimate Arts, Awakened Arts, or Rising Arts while this character is not defeated. What? Why does he have this? does he have this? What? Why would they give him this? What? Why did they give him this? This is ridiculous. I'm missing something. He doesn't need... Why would he even have this? No, I'm like, this is not like me like, oh, I'm playing up the theatrics. Like, what, like legitimately, why does he have this? Because he already can just swap in instantly. And then obviously the reason why this is here is that it can use this. Oh yeah, duh. The unique gauge is for the counter. Is that it? Let me just double check something. Unique. Yeah, I think the unique gauge is just for the auto counter. Yeah, because it goes away when you use it once, right? Oh, it says the unique gauge decreases while they're on the battlefield. Okay, I didn't even know that. Glad I read that. But yeah, it says it disappears when the auto counter activates. Clearly, very clearly, the goal of this, or sorry, very clearly the goal of this is to activate the unique gauge. Why is this here? Why does he have that? You know why this is so ridiculous? Is because this allows you to not have to use the unique gauge for Gohan. Right? Because what you can do here, yeah, they did not need to give him this. The reason why this is so ridiculous is because let's say you're using this character next to, like, I don't know, Daima Goku, right? You're using this guy next to Daima Goku who's got endurance. I mean, I guess Daima Goku's a bad example because he also does this anyway. Let's say you're using this guy next to Majin Vegeta who's got endurance. If you're switched in with Majin Vegeta and you get Rising Rushed by, like, I don't know, Daima Goku who has endurance nullification, you don't need to go to Beast Gohan. You can just stay in. And then Beast Gohan will retain his gauge for later. Like, this essentially gives Beast Gohan's gauge 2 charges, is what I'm trying to say with this. And the same thing about, like, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. If you're using Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, for example, and you're getting ultimate, and the opponent, let's just say the opponent's using, like, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and the opponent uses their ultimate on Gotenks, you're living the ultimate because of this. And you don't need to switch into Beast Gohan to eat this. Because now, when they rush you after this, then you can go into Beast Gohan and use this and nullify their rush. He should not have had this. I'm telling you guys right now that he should not have had this. There's no this is the most clear example of Gohan bias that exists on this character. This is a new mechanic. Obviously, this is probably going to be some ridiculously broken thing. We'll see. It's really hard for me to judge this because I don't know how it's going to work yet. Like, I can sit here and be like, oh my god, this is so broken. It probably is, but how am I supposed to judge this right now? I've never seen the mechanic before. So we'll see when we use this. But from my knowledge on this game and the way that the game is right now, the way I understand how the character is working and how this character is going to be interacting with the current mechanics that exist on meta-relevant characters, this is overkill. He doesn't, because this activates from standby, right? If this was like once only and they included like blue cards in here, I'd be like, okay, fine. Like I'd understand that. It wouldn't be that great if it included blue cards, because that would be really easy to waste that. They just gave him this. Like, this is one of the mechanics that made Tree of Might Goku as good as he was. They just gave him this. on top of the gauge that he already has. Okay. Yeah, this is I don't know. Like I'm just thinking about, because even when you fill this up, this is the difference between this and the preparation mechanic. You fill up his active gauge, and then you can decide when to use it. Now, it looks like it's going to take a long time to fill up. It says very slowly. So, you know, how long? 50 counts or something? 60 counts? 70 counts? I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to take to fill this up. It also only looks like you can do this once, right? I hope. Because it says reset zone active gauge to 0, special beam cannon misses. What if it doesn't miss? It doesn't say anything about that. This attack cannot be cover changed against, cannot be evaded with a vanishing step, deal supreme pierce damage. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about the gauge going away if it lands. What if you can use this twice? I don't know. I don't know how this works. But I'm thinking, like, you just combo this, do AoE damage to the entire enemy team, they all can't heal, and then you just combo this with the active gauge, and you just kill someone for free. Because the way I think this works, this doesn't count as an ultimate. This doesn't count as a special move. This doesn't count as an awakened card. So I don't think I don't think characters are going to be able to nullify endurance, or nullify. They're not going to be able to remove endurance nullification from this, because this is not classified as a blue card, an ultimate, or an awakened card. So this is probably not going to be able to be removed. So it sounds like a free kill to me. We got a character that has a free kill button now in the game. And it's a Gohan. Shocking. This is... I don't know. This is pretty much what we were all afraid of when they showed off. I mean, I don't know for sure, but this is at least what I was thinking. When they showed off, it was an Ultra Beast Gohan. We know how this game treats Gohan characters. This is... I was very scared, and I think my fears might be justified here. This is like... I don't know where they... Like, where do we go? We have a character that literally has a kill button now. What next? Where do we go from here? I don't know, man. This is uncharted territory. But nonetheless, we will be testing the guy out tomorrow, doing summons, seeing how he operates. This is... I don't really know what the next step is, but let me know what you guys think of Ultra Beast Gohan. Hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown video, and I will see you in the next one.